The direction control valve can be one-way valve, that is check valve, or shuttle valve, or two-way direction control valve, three-way and four-way direction control valve. Each of these particular valves can be operated either manually, mechanically, electrically, or by some pilot arrangement. Let us try to understand the working of the first valve, that is two-way, two-position direction control valve, as shown over here. So it is having the valve body, spool with spool rod. The ports P and A, they are shown over here. The fluid enters the port P, and for the given position of the spool, the flow will take place from P to A as shown over here. And on the symbol also you can show this. So from port P to port A, the flow is taking place, that is indicated by this left envelope mode of the symbol. Now when this spool is operated in such a way that it moves towards right, then so as you can see over here, when it moves towards right, it will block this port. So the fluid cannot enter. The flow can't take place from port P to port A. So it is a blocked position. So that is indicated over here. So port P and A are blocked. So in this way, two-way, two-position direction control valve works. The two-way stands for port P and A. So, and the two positions are this particular left envelope and this right envelope mode. So in the left envelope mode, as we have already seen, the flow is taking place from P to A, whereas in case of the right envelope mode, the ports, both these ports, that is pump port or pressure port and the cylinder port A, both are blocked. So there are two ways, P and A, and two position left and right envelope mode. Let us try to understand the working of three-way, two-position direction control valve. So, as you can see over here, the flow will take place from port P, port A, and for this particular position of the spool, which is spring operated or rather spring controlled, this particular port is blocked because of the position of this spool. So we can say that the reservoir port R is blocked over here. So that is indicated on this symbol. So as you can see over here, the flow will take place from P to A, that is indicated by this arrow from P to A, whereas the reservoir port R is blocked. So that is indicated by this block position. So from P to A and R is blocked. Now if we operate or if we move this spool manually or electrically towards right, then it will compress this spring, and what will happen, that we'll see in the next position. Now as indicated over here, this is the symbol for manually operated and spring control direction control valve. So when we operate this spool towards right, then the spring will get compressed and the position of this spool is such that this port is blocked. So now the flow can take place from port A to the port R, whereas the pump port P is blocked over here, and that is indicated on this symbol also. So as you can see over here, the flow is taking place from A to R, that is indicated by this arrow over here, whereas the port P is blocked. So in this way we are having three ways, that is port P, A and R, and two position, that is left envelope and right envelope mode, and therefore this is known as three-way, two-position direction control valve. Now let us try to understand the working of four-way, two-position direction control valve. For the given particular position, we are having the spool at the extreme right side. So this is the spool along with this spool rod, and it is at the extreme right side. and you can see over here, because of the position of this spool, this internal passage is blocked. So in this particular case, the fluid will enter from pump port or pressure port P, and the flow will take place from P towards cylinder port, that is A. Similarly, the flow can take place from the cylinder port B to the reservoir port R, and that is indicated in this particular left envelope mode. So from P to A, as we have already seen, the flow is taking place from P to A like this, and from B to R. So the flow is taking place from B to R. So that is indicated over here in the left envelope mode. And again, this is manually operated spring control direction control valve. So it is having 4 ports, that is P, A, B and R. Therefore it is a 4-way. And there are 2 positions, that is the left envelope and right envelope mode. So let us see what will happen when we push this in the towards left, this particular spool. The spring will get compressed and now the flow will take place. So through this internal passage, the flow is taking place from A. It will come over here, will fill this entire passage, and through this passage it will go to the reservoir port R. So the flow is taking place from A to R. Similarly, the flow can take place from P to B also. So from P, the flow will take place to B. So that is indicated in the right envelope mode. So from P to B, the flow is taking place. That is just now we have seen, and from A to R also. So that is indicated by this particular arrow. So in this way, the working of 4-way 2-position direction control valve will take place. Now let us see the operation of 4-way 3-position direction control valve, and in this particular case we have used the rotary spool. As you can see over here, the flow is taking place from port P. The flow will come over here, and through this internal passage it will go to the port A. Similarly, from port B, the flow can take place from the cylinder port B. It will come over here, and from this, through this particular passage, it will go to the reservoir port R, as indicated over here. So this is the rotary spool, which is shown by this hatch line, and it can be moved in any direction. So it can be rotated in clockwise or anti-clockwise direction. Suppose we rotate it in the anti-clockwise direction, then what will happen? That we will see in the next question. But first try to understand this particular left envelope mode. So as we have already seen, the flow is taking place from P towards A, that is the pump port P to cylinder port A. So that is indicated by this arrow from P to A in the left envelope mode. Then from B to R, so that is also indicated by this particular downward arrow. So this is our left envelope mode. So there are 4 ways, that is P, A, B and R. These are the ports, so it is 4-way, and there are 3 positions. This is the left envelope mode, this is the neutral position, and this is the right envelope mode. So let us see what will happen in the neutral position. Suppose we operate the spool in such a way that it will cause the ports to block. For example, the flow can take place from this pump port P. Through this internal passage, it can enter over here, but it cannot go to the port A because this is blocked position. So here the port is blocked by this spool, so it cannot go from P to A. Similarly, if the fluid wants to flow from reservoir port R, then it can come up to this point, but it cannot go to the port P because it is blocked over here. So you can see this blocking of by this spool. The port is not open over here, so port P is blocked. So that is indicated by these positions. So you can say that this is a neutral position where all the ports, that is P, A, B and R, they are blocked, and that is known as a neutral position. Now, when we further rotate the spool in such a way that we can have the flow that is taking place from the port P come from this port P, then and will go to this particular port, that is P. So the flow is taking place in this particular direction. Similarly, from A also it can go to the reservoir port R. So from A the flow can take place, it will come over here, and from this it can go to the port R. So that's indicated in the right envelope mode. So from P to B, and then from